Greetings all. El Grinnell here with True Speak, your benevolent leader bringing you all things happy and healthy. This is kind of a bonus vlog, and I like to keep the stuff evergreen, but right now, this is specifically talking about the week between Christmas and New Year's. It's called the Wonky Week because a lot of people aren't working, school's out. It's just an unusual time of wrapping up the holidays and saying, but then thinking about and moving into the new year. And I believe we all will agree that 2020 was an entire wonky year, but that we did learn some things. Probably learned a lot about ourselves because we had time to be just with us. We learned about the relationship and the dynamics of our family because many of us spent a whole lot more time with our family this year than we normally do. And things at work shifted. We learned how to go virtual. That was my biggest gift from 2020, was shifting to virtual. And so this wonky week, here's some tips for you. Okay, so go ahead and allow yourself to do something that you've been wanting to do. Maybe you've wanted to start painting, or you wanted to start taking singing lessons, or if there's anything that was you hoped was going to happen in 2020 and it didn't, well, guess what? You still have a few days left to make it happen. Now, maybe granted, you can't get it or have it or do it by the 31st, but you're going to get the ball rolling so that it will happen. And as you roll into 2021, you're doing something that you've been wanting to be doing, right? Or perhaps planning a trip for somewhere. There's so many things that you can be thinking about in this week as the wonky week of wrapping up. How's that for a tongue twister? The wonky week of wrapping up. Say it 3 times. Anyhow, so do that. That's one. And then the second thing is to honor your body and say thank you. Thank you for helping me literally survive this year, literally and figuratively, because a lot happened to us mentally, physically, and emotionally. Some of us were survivors and some were not. So you will be honoring your body by sitting down, getting quiet, take a few deep breaths, and just tell your body, thank you, I love you. I love you for everything you do for me every day because you love me so unconditionally. My heart beats, my lungs breathe. I can walk, I can talk, whatever it is that you are it just happens behind the curtain. And again, it's because your body loves you so much and so unconditionally. So thank your body, say, I love you, and make a promise to be more loving and kind to the temple that houses your beautiful, radiant soul. And then the last one, and probably the most important, is to get into the community somehow. Because you can do Zoom stuff. There are some, you could do a beach cleanup that doesn't involve other people. Get out and just be a part of something bigger than you, something more, out. It's not just you alone doing this thing, right? It's a partnership, it's a collaboration, it's a global thing. Because that gives us a sense of being needed and being appreciated, and being a contributor and a collaborator and a member of community, which was really challenging and will still be challenging for a while. But find a way to be a part of something bigger, something outside of you, that you, in your own little way, are contributing and making a difference. And so that's your 1, 2, 3 for the wonky week. I wish you luck. I hope that you will dive right in and say, I can do this. It's a simple process. And when you're done, when you come out on the other side of the 1, 2, 3, you can just do it all over again and shift it a little bit. So it's something that you can continue way past the 31st and make it a habit or a part of you going into the new year. I can't stress enough that a habit is not formed in 28 days or 21 days or 3 months, whatever the stats say. Okay. That's not true. A habit is formed when you do something that you enjoy doing and you want to do more of it, right? So bad habits can be formed as well because we're allowing ourselves to do something that's not supportive, and we're just in a bad place about not caring about the consequences. Right. So let's shift back to good. So I guess the perfect example I can give you about why I don't believe a habit takes 21, 28 days or 3 months to form is because we've all been wearing masks for many months. And I don't know how many of you are like me, but even though that's an everyday thing, I still forget my mask. So it should beyond be a habit. It should be like I put my glasses on every day. That's just a habit. I just do it. I don't even think about it. It's just part of my get up in the morning routine. So leaving the house, you should be thinking about having a mask. So many of you are really good and it is your habit, but I believe a lot of you are like me. And I'm only trying to make the point that a habit is not formed unless it's something that you desire. So a part of me, yes, I'm a mask wearer because I want to be respectful to those others out there, but it's not my habit because part of me wants to believe that this is over, and every time I put on the mask I need to be reminded that it's not, and I want to live in my happy place. So part of me is fighting that habit. So I hope all of this makes sense to you and that you'll be a little kinder on how you develop these thoughts, these 3 steps going forward, and allow yourself to shift them and to polish them up and adapt them until they finally just become who you are. So they're not necessarily a habit per se, they just are part of you. Just like breathing, just like a heartbeat. It's just something that defines you in a really good, kind, loving, and supportive way. So with that, I say namaste and aloha. Looking forward to seeing you again. Don't know if I'll see you all before the new year. So if not, just enjoy. Hopefully you can get an embrace or um, find some love in your heart going forward into the new year to share. Aloha.